East Texas, meteorologist Kerry Cooper here. Take a look at our stream of weather stations, see if we've got any sun anywhere. We certainly don't in Port Arthur. Roofing 911 Skycam Network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. All areas, lakes and the triangle, started out in the mid to upper 60s for lows this morning. Close to 70 for lows. That was in a few areas. A little bit of fog and haze off in the distance. There's going to be some fog tonight. Some of our models we're looking at, those show some brief dense fog around daybreak. But as far as highs this afternoon, mid 70s be the case down in Port Arthur, down the triangle as well. We see the overcast conditions down to our south, mid-county, Port Arthur. Let's go over to Orange. Not much difference there. Cloudy skies on our roofing 911 Skycam Network in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. You started out around 67, 68 as well this morning. Over in Orange County, certainly a warm night. It was muggy this morning, that's for sure. You'll reach the mid 70s as well, mid to upper 70s coming up later today. The good news is we've been talking about all morning, a lot less wind, that's for sure. In fact, we hadn't even reached 20 miles an hour yet on the wind, so that is certainly some good news there. And of course, up in the lakes area, things have been very similar. A lot of clouds up in the Jasper area, but take a look at our camera here in Beaumont first. Outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing, overcast conditions as well. There'll be a few peaks of sun from time to time, not many. There'll be a few peaks across southeast Texas, warming us up a little bit as we said into the middle to upper 70s later on this afternoon. Traffic flowing fairly smoothly along the interstate this evening. And you could see, as we said earlier, there were a few peaks of sun, not much, but a little bit outside our 12 studios earlier today, well, about an hour or so ago. So it's going to be a warm, muggy, a little bit breezy afternoon across southeast Texas. Now we'll head up to the lakes area on our roofing 911 Skycam Network up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. You as well have cloudy skies, but it is a warm morning, that's for sure. We have temperatures running in the, as we said, lower 70s already. Could see some areas reaching the upper 70s in a few spots across east and southeast Texas this afternoon. And tonight, man, it's going to be muggy as well. Be some patchy fog, that weak cold front working in from the north late tonight, which we'll show you coming up in just a moment. But of course, the lakes, you were warm this morning too. Of course, we're always warm in the triangle with this kind of wind off the Gulf this time of the year. But the lakes, you had temperatures in the 60s for lows this morning. Temperatures right now, we're in the low 70s. Jasper 72, Kirbyville 71, as well as Orange and Beaumont. Silsbee 73. Houston, you've had a little more sun this morning. You're running in the mid to upper 70s in the Houston area, 73 in Huntsville. So like we said, mid to upper 70s this afternoon with breezy winds at time. Nothing like yesterday though, not even close across the region. And of course, these dew points still remain very high, the humidity high, the lowest levels of the atmosphere, a lot of moisture. The moisture is just not deep enough throughout the entire atmosphere to give us a significant chance of rain. Like I said, we may see a few sprinkles coming up this afternoon and tonight as that weak cold front works in, but it's not going to help us any as far as the drought. Not going to amount to really anything at all. But anytime you see dew points this time of the year in the mid 60s, that's a lot of moisture in the air. Just wish it extended higher into the atmosphere and we had a trigger for some rainfall, because we certainly need it, that's for sure. Now, visible satellite shows that low cloud deck really nice across the area. So you have a few breaks in the clouds on the northern areas, lakes here around Toledo Bend, Rayburn, northward. A little bit of sun up there. We're overcast here, so some of that's thinning, so I think there'll be a few peaks of sun this afternoon. Notice off to our east, actually a few sprinkles north of Lake Charles. By far the best coverage of rain well off to our northeast, way over in portions of Alabama, Georgia. Mississippi had some showers earlier. That's ahead of that weak cold front that is sagging south, but the best moisture, the deepest moisture anyway, off to our northeast. Our moisture is just not deep enough here, southeast Texas. But oh, look at all the clear skies. Austin, sunshine. Dallas, sun. San Antonio, sun. There's a lot of clear skies out over the west. We'll see a few peaks this afternoon at low cloud deck trying to thin out a little bit, but as we said, we have a lot of low level moisture working in off the Gulf. So drought, of course, we've been talking about the lack of rain. The drought monitor updates every Thursday. Today, we'll get in Liberty County, big area of level 4. That's extreme drought there. Much of southeast Texas, our part of southeast Texas, in the level 3, which is severe. That's a severe drought. Orange County, a little bit better shape, not much. You're still in a moderate drought from Orange eastward, a little bit better south of Lake Charles, Louisiana, coastal areas. But the bottom line is the entire area needs rainfall. I mean, we do, and I just don't see much, which will show you the upper air pattern here coming up in just a moment, see if there's any hope at all. And here is the upper air pattern. Right now we have high pressure in the upper atmosphere over Baja, big ridge. This is in the middle atmosphere. Notice where the storm track is compared to where we're at. There we are here, southeast Texas. Notice where the storm track's at, from Oklahoma northward into the northern plains and Midwest. As long as that storm track stays away from us, our rain chances are going to be very small to none, other than a few sprinkles here and there from time to time. That would be about it. Now we'll put this into motion and we'll stop it on Tuesdays. I certainly don't see any rain through Tuesday, Wednesday at least of next week. The high actually builds over us for a day or two. So not going to see much rain chance at all with this coming up early to middle part of next week. It's not going to happen. Storm track still well to the north, but watch what happens as we head toward next weekend. And we're still talking 9 days out, unfortunately. The high will begin to break down, move east. Notice a deeper trough developing out over the west, but the main dynamic still, even then, and even this could change. That's 9 days out, way up to the north, but models are showing a little piece of energy. That red colors here, that's an upper level disturbance. The areas of green is finally some moisture in the middle part of the atmosphere. Well, that's 9 days out. That's next, not this Saturday, but next. That's the earliest I see a halfway decent chance of some showers at that time. So, yeah, that's a long way out. Futurecast, middle 70s this afternoon under mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a few peaks of sun out there, not much. Southwest winds, and we're already in the mid 70s. Some areas could reach the upper 70s this afternoon. See a few peaks of sun here and there, especially up toward the lakes area. 7 p.m. tonight, we're still at 70. No weak cold front yet through 10 p.m. Some patchy fog possible tonight. Keep that in mind, especially late. Now here's the cold front. See the north winds, the blue arrows. Now this is a weak front, very weak, very weak. But we will be a few degrees cooler, mainly just due to less wind and a little bit of fog in the morning, not necessarily from the front. Tomorrow morning may cool off a couple of degrees for the weekend. For lows, the highs will still be near 80. Rainfall, well, we just talked about that. Look at that. Not much through at least next Thursday. That's what I was talking about on the upper air map. I just showed you a moment ago how the storm track is just too far to the north of us still for another week or so to go. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, south to southwest winds, 10 to 15, some gusts to 20, but nothing like yesterday. Upper 70s for highs, mid 70s in the triangle. Tonight, patchy fog will develop because the winds are going to be lighter. We have that weak cold front working in close to daybreak, so there'll be some patchy fog out there. Lows will be in the upper 50s to near 60, about 61, 62.